Today we're going to look at some expert levels of the reversed reverb effect, taking your productions from this
every day
to this.
Every day you by my side, I feel the rush, I feel alive.
Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. Tommy, Element 108 here with you. Today we're looking at the expert levels of the reversed reverb effect. We're going to jump right in. Here we go. Okay, today I'm going to use the samples from Deirdre McLaughlin's Ethereal Trance Vocal Pack again. That's out now on the Full Tilt Recording site. It's the only place you can actually download that pack. It's exclusive to the Full Tilt Recording store. So if you feel like you like what you hear and you want to support what we're doing, it is much appreciated. Okay, let's jazz these vocals up. Okay, first things first, what I need to do is get the first syllable from Deirdre's vocal. So what I'm going to do with this is just duplicate the track. Let's get a listen to it.
No.
Okay, lovely. What I need to do to make sure there isn't anything major on there, just put a little fade on either side. And then I'm just actually going to bounce that as one piece. Excellent. Now, what we can do in Cubase, there's many ways you can do this and other platforms as well. But I'm going to do it all live here with direct offline processing. Okay, now you can bounce these out and bring them back in again depending on the DAW that you're actually using. But for now, for this one, I'm just going to use the offline in Cubase. So for this, I'm going to need a tail setup, roughly about 8 seconds long. And what I need to do is add a little reverb to it. Very simple. Yeah, quite a long decay. I need my mix at 100 here. And yeah, I'm not overly worried about the low cut and high cut because I can treat that after. And then what I need to do, so actually if you just look there now, you can see my settings that Cubase has actually done this for me live. And that's because I've got auto apply on here. And then what I need to do is very, very simple, is reverse it again. Now, that should be us near enough there. What I need to do is now take this back. Now, what we need to be careful with is just to clean the end. Right, so I'm just going to get rid of some of that no part there, okay? And just slightly overlap it here to see where we can get. Just slightly overlapped it there on the original vocal. And let's see how this mixes. I might just do a little fade. Here we go.
No regrets, though we have a few.
Yeah, lovely. That sets in pretty well. Yeah, you do need to be careful because I'll just show you. If we leave it underneath,
No regrets.
you can kind of hear the word twice. So I tend to just actually trim it at the end and just blend it in.
No regrets.
Yeah, that goes in pretty smooth to that now. So yeah, it's just a great way of leaning into a vocal and introducing a vocal. Now, what you could also do, if we did it again for this other segment, right? I'm just going to show you another way. So that's one way, just using like a Valhalla reverb.
Every day.
Okay, let's get every. Even the ev, just the first syllable is generally what I'm looking for here. Okay, I'm just going to copy that down and just solo it.
Every.
See, I'm getting a bit of the V there, so I'm just going to tighten that up. Perfect. Now, this time with this one, again, I'm just going to actually bounce that first. I've just a shortcut set up in mind for bouncing the selection. So again, I'm going to need a long tail here on this. And this time we're going to use a shimmer effect. Okay. And let's see what that sounds like. Okay, I have it on big stereo. Let's try it at -5 just to hear that tail. Let's try it at the 12. Yeah, I think the 12 might work better for what we're trying to achieve here. I just need to reverse that again. So I'm showing you just this so you can have an actual different flavour of reverb. So let's hear. Going to line this up again. Took a little bit off the front. I'm just going to use my fades on this to blend it in. Here we go.
Every day.
Okay, nice. So to show you a comparison, here we go again.
Every day.
Okay, it's probably going over a little bit too much there. I'm just going to fade it off there. Here we go.
Every day, you by my side. I feel the rush, I feel alive.
Okay, brilliant. I think that's pretty cool. It is that simple. Okay, that's one way to do that, okay? I'm going to stick with the vocal for a second yet, okay? And I'm just going to call this Preverb 1. So another way to do it is if I duplicate this for a second, I reverse it. I'm not going to bother with the tail this time, okay? For reasons I'll show you now in a second. Reverse it, new, plugin. We'll do our Valhalla again. And we'll reverse it back. Now, let's hear this. Yeah, a really, really cool effect. Let's hear it with the track.
No regrets, though we have a few. But in this world, they won't ever do. I'm losing time, lost in you. Every day, you by my side. I feel the rush, I feel alive. Give me a sign.
Yeah, that's really, really kind of like giving you that trippy kind of vocal effect. Now, a way we can kind of tame that, you know, we can control our, if we want to put a little bit of EQ on our vocal, just to tame it a little bit. So this is the reverb one. We can even put a low pass on here. Just knock off these. And we could just sort of band pass about 400 hertz there and roll a bit off the top, just so that we can mix this underneath. What we can do also, a great way of kind of ducking the sound so the vocal still pops out, but you've still got that reverb effect. What we're going to do is sidechain the vocal into the soothe on the reverb channel, so it just makes the original vocal pop, but we've still got the reversed reverb there. So very, very simple. So we turn our sidechain on here. Send the original vocal to it. And now this should actually duck it at specific frequencies and get it sitting even neater in the mix.
Regrets, though we have a few, but in this world they won't ever do. I'm losing time, lost in you.
So yeah, just by doing that, it really helps the vocal, the main vocal pop out.
Every day, you by my side.
Okay, so that's sort of tightened that all up. Right, next thing we have, I've got a little melody here, so we can do that with vocals and it gives it a brilliant effect. What we can also do is actually do it to leads and melodies as well. So I'll just let you hear this melody. It's just a lead from my own progressive and techno SERUM pack that was out last year.
lost in you.
We're going to do the same principle, so I'm just going to get the first note. Same thing, except this time what I'm going to do is render it. So slightly different way of doing it. So I'm going to print that, so just get the audio file. Same way here. I'll just show you another way we can do this as well. So I can just right click on this and then reverse it this way. I can put the reverb on as an insert.
Every day.
There we go. And I can actually print that again. And then reverse it back. Okay, I'm just going to delete these channels now, and we're just left with our reverb. Yeah, we will need to just take off the note at the very start as well. Or sorry, take off the very end of the note there. Line that up. Here we go.
Every day you by my side, I'm losing time, lost in you.
Yeah, really cool effect. Really helps with the anticipation and the push of that melody coming in.
Time, lost in you.
Yeah, really, really nice. Now, I'm just going to move this one down here for now and mute it for a second. What we can also do, we can do the full piece as well. I'm just going to render this in place here. So it's just basically bouncing the MIDI to audio. Lovely. Just going to do it offline again here. And what we can do is going to reverse it. Add my Valhalla. And then reverse it back. Right. So now this is an even cooler effect. It's a little bit more intense. But we're just going to play this now underneath. Here we go.
Every day you by my side.
Right, simple as that. Just wanted to keep it short and sweet, guys, today. Just going to play the whole thing start to finish.
No regrets, though we have a few, but in this world they won't ever do. I'm losing time, lost in you. Every day you by my side, I feel the rush, I feel alive. Give me a sign.
Yeah, some really cool effects there. Some really magic moments throughout that whole piece there. You know, you're taking something from...
In you, lost in you. Every day you
just takes it onto a whole new level, really. Yeah, I do use that in my own productions. I love using it as well. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial today. Short and sweet, but some really, really cool effects. What you can do with reversed reverb and a little bit of know-how. And don't forget, if you'd like to book me for any audio services, the link will be in the description below. And also, the vocals we use today are available on the Full Tilt Recordings website. That's a brand new vocal pack from Deirdre McLaughlin called Ethereal Trance Vocals. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. See you all again soon.